Hi everyone, it's Alia. Welcome back to my channel. Excuse me while I sit down. Today I have a really fun journal to share. And I don't know if fun is actually the word I want to use, but basically I had a lot of fun making this journal. It's filled with different goodies. It has stuff in it that I've never done before or I haven't done in a while, and I just had a lot of fun creating this. So to make this, I actually used two kits from TLC Creates Vintage. One, like the main kit with the pictures and everything, is called Where Flowers Bloom, and then for the background pages I used a different kit, and it's called Just the Basics Vintage Paper with Flower Sayings, and I'll show you what I mean once we get into the journal. But when I pair them together, it was perfect because it's a very flower themed journal. And I will put the link to TLC Creates Vintage in the description box below, just in case you want to create a journal with the same papers. Also, from the same shop, TLC Creates Vintage, I got the vintage botanical, what were they? They were the vintage botanical journaling cards. I think there was more to the title, but basically they were all flower cards, which I really, really liked because they're so, you'll see when we go in, just really awesome. Not only that, but I used a bunch of ephemera from Seneca Crafts, which is also on Etsy, and I'll also put a link to the shop below because she has some ephemera in her shop that paired perfectly with the flower themed. So I'll show you when we walk through what goes to what. So this journal, and you know what, I actually didn't measure it. This journal measures 5.25 by 8. So 8 inches tall, 5.25 wide. And on the front, this is one of the journaling cards. What she does is they come big, or actually no, I shouldn't say big, but they come each on a page, and then you can size them to how big or small you want them. So I put this one really big so it can be the front cover. And then I use this beautiful lace, which is actually, I think this is my last piece, and I'm really sad about that. And it was gifted to me, so, but I did appreciate it. Oh, this is also a fabric cover. So there's fabric underneath, and then I put this on top. And then I closed it with the eyelets and some sari silk ribbon. So let me just make sure I am in frame. And I am, and you know what? Let's go in a little bit. Oh no, that's too much. There we go. If I could stay right here, I'll be good. So, let's see. I can't remember now, actually. Okay, so see how the bottom here has this little saying, and 'tis my faith that every flower enjoys the air it breathes. These are the pages that I use as the background pages, and those were the vintage paper with flower sayings. And then as you can see on the other side, this is from the Where Flowers Bloom kit. So those have the pictures of flowers. The background paper, it's all like, it looks like coffee dyed paper, and then it has a saying either on the bottom or the top. So I use this as my first page, and I made this little envelope here. I lined it with some crocheted lace, added a little flower applique. This holds these two. This is one of the journaling cards, and this little one, how cute, I shrunk it down. This is from Seneca Crafts. But see what I mean? Like this, if you had just left it like this, it looks like it goes with it, because her she has different, like the postcard, she has tags, she has all this different ephemera, but it's very versatile. So you can print those out and use them in many different projects, which is awesome. So I love when I make any flowery thing, I always have the Seneca Crafts ephemera inside. And then that goes right back in here. And then behind it, I left this part open as a pocket, and this is also from one of the journaling cards. And this is another postcard from Seneca Pond Crafts, and this one obviously is just a little larger, so I played around with the sizes too. And then here, you know what, let me just make sure. There we go. I have a little flip up so you can write in here. And then I did a little lace in the background with some, this is sari silk ribbon underneath, and this beautiful little flower. It's not actually an applique flower. It was gifted to me by Danny, and it came on a big piece of fabric, and she had cut out the individual flowers, and then she left some, actually, hold on. I'll show you how it came. So see, she did cut out some, but it came off a piece like this. See? And you can just cut out the individual flowers. So she left some still to be cut out, or you can use it as a piece. But I like using them as individual flowers because I think it makes it look cool. And then in the pocket here, so this is from Seneca Pond Crafts, and so is this. This is a library card, but I mean, you see what I mean? Like, everything is so versatile. So you can use her stuff in, you know, a flower themed journal. Here's like, there's birds, I mean, anything. And then this is one of the journaling cards from TLC Creates Vintage. And then it all sits back in there. And this is from the kit. And then see the background. So now we have another saying down here. Flowers are the sweetest things God ever made and forgot to put a soul into. I think that's really cute. And now on this page, this, I don't think you'd be able to see it, but this is actually an altered Rolodex card. Making sure I'm in frame, sorry. So there, let me take this out. The Rolodex card is behind here, and then I just added some lace. I added a little banner. This banner, I believe, is actually from Artie Mays. This is a Tim Holtz flower, another just little applique there, a little string of pearls. This also Seneca Pond and Seneca Pond. So these two are Seneca Pond, and this is one of the journaling cards. And then they just tuck right back inside there. And look at this, how pretty are these images. They're so beautiful on themselves, but then they have this vintage look to them, which is, oh, I just love it. Love, love it. And here we have a little glassine bag inside Seneca Pond, TLC Creates Vintage. And then I ran a little lace on the side there, just to kind of pretty it up a little bit. And there's plenty of room for anything extra that you want to put in. Here are some of my vintage music paper, and this is from 1938. And there's little marks all over it from the person who actually was playing the music. I love it. I mean, it's in pencil. You could really erase it if you wanted to, but I thought leaving it, it just gives it that charm. So I left it. And then on the back, this is another one from Seneca Pond. And this little glassine bag here is from, excuse me, from my friend Alicia. We did a swap, and she gave me a bunch of embossed envelopes. This is another card from Seneca Pond. And so I just put this on it and thought it would make a perfect little pocket back here. And here we have, so here's another background page, and this says, a flower is a weed even through joyful eyes. Wait, a flower is a weed seen through joyful eyes. Oh, okay, I read it wrong the first time. And here is just a journaling space, but this came from a different paper pad, actually. This paper pad I really am dying to use, but I haven't coffee dyed it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. I haven't figured that out, but it's by Recollections. I bought another one of these, the 180 sheets, when it was on sale at Michael's. Oh, this is actually not good, but to do a flip through, but it's all flowers, which I absolutely love. Love, love, love. So I took a piece of paper out of that and made some journaling spots. And then here, I used one of the journaling cards to make a tag. I put some crocheted lace on the bottom and then attached some sari silk ribbon on the top. And then the back is blank, so you can write on that. But since it's on cardstock, you could also put pictures on the back if you wanted to as well. Oh, look at that image. So nice. I love it. And another glassine bag, again with TLC Creates Vintage and Seneca Pond Crafts. And the nice thing about having loose ephemera like this, because I do have lots of blank pages, you are more than welcome, whoever owns this, to attach these down and create your own tuck spots, or put a little washi on it and you can create a flip. So I like to include lots of extra ephemera like that, so you can also finish customizing your journal the way you want. Another beautiful image. There's another quote, and then here, I'm not sure if it'll show on camera, but there's a little scene. It's just like, looks like wildflowers, or I'm not really sure. There's some butterflies, but it's really pretty. Here is another altered Rolodex card. And I'm just making sure I'm still in frame. Okay, good, I am. Now this one, I altered it just slightly. If you can see, I did some stamping in the background. I have some parchment paper that was coffee dyed. I ripped out this from another sheet of paper that I had, added some lace, and then a little vintage button, and then turned it into a pocket, or not really a pocket, a tuck spot, and added these. So this is from Seneca Pond Crafts, and these two are from TLC Creates Vintage. I think that's how it was. Okay. There's another quote, and I like this paper because it's decorated, but it leaves plenty of room for journaling. So or you can put pictures on it, whatever. So the whole, like some of the flower pictures will take up a whole page. And sure, you could put a picture on it and use that as your background, but this also is nice, so that way you're not covering anything up. So if you decide to journal, you can journal. If you decide to put pictures, you're not covering anything. So I think that's beautiful also. So another beautiful, beautiful picture. Here we have another tag that I created with a journaling card, blank on the back. And here's your little to-do list. I put a little of the fabric from the cover there, sewed it on, and play with it however you want. And then it clips right back onto another piece of the vintage music paper from 1938. And this side here, so we have a little tuck in the back, and again, Seneca Pond Crafts, TLC Creates Vintage. And then this, I put a little lace there, and it flips up and it flips down for more journaling or little private pictures if you wanted to put it in there, or a little surprise. And then I added a couple little vintage buttons that still have the thread in them, which I love. Now I look for, like when I'm at the flea market, I don't just want to buy buttons if I see it. Sometimes you'll see jars of buttons and it's like, I'm starting to look for the buttons that still have the threads in them, because I think that makes it look so cool, and I love it. So here is the middle. In a field of roses, I am a wildflower. Love this image. Love it. It is just awesome. And then here is another little tuck. Oh, just my voice cracked. This is from Seneca Pond Crafts and TLC Creates Vintage. And like the other one, this one flips up, flips down for more journaling. And again, I added some vintage buttons down there. Some more of the music sheet. Oh, and see here, you can see it, hopefully. Let me just stand up. No, you can't see it. I'm pointing at something you can't see. Oh, there we go. Copyright 1938. So I think that's really cool. And look at this. Oh, love it. I know I keep saying it, but this kit, it just really, it's just, I love it. Sorry, I just love it. So we have another tag from Seneca Pond Crafts here. Put some crocheted lace here, added a button, and then inside another teeny tiny postcard, which I absolutely love these small postcards that I made. They're so cute. Super, super cute, and they fit perfectly in those little glassine bags. And some more journaling cards, and then I attached a little bit of trim there. And this is actually just like the other one. Here is the sheet of paper for more journaling and the tag. More of the vintage music paper, and again, it does say 1938 down there. I won't stand up and show you again, but it's down there. Another of those. I ran a little bit of lace on the side there. And this is exactly the same as the other two, so I'm not going to unclip it, but basically, again, journaling tag, blank on the back, extra paper for journaling there. And this, I was going to do it as a pocket, but then I decided to turn it into a secret writing spot. So you can either write here or here, and then this closes and covers up your secrets. And this here is just some lace trim, and this was gifted to me from Danny, which this one here, and I was thinking about putting more along the edges because it goes really, really well with the whole theme of the book. So actually, I think on my next project, I'm going to add these on every page. Unless that's too much. I'm not sure. I haven't thought about that yet, so we'll see. You'll be surprised. And this one, I love this little button. It's a little metal button here. Hopefully you can see that. I added some lace and then some crochet trim. And then this is just a little flip up for writing. But I love that little button. I almost didn't use it, but then I'm like, why am I hoarding a button? It just didn't make sense to me. So my whole mindset has kind of flipped, because I used to hoard everything. Now, if I don't have a reason for hoarding it, I'm not going to do it. And then those two little cards go right behind there. And that is the end. I just love this kit. It just was so up my alley. It's vintage, but it's pretty, but it's just flowery and gorgeous. So if you are interested, oh, and I didn't say, I also put the little bronze metal book corners on all four corners there. Hopefully you can see that, or saw that right there. So yeah, so this is available in my Etsy. Well, it will be by the time this video uploads. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And don't forget, my previous video to this is my 400 subscriber giveaway. So if you haven't entered, go check out that video, and then, you can enter too. Just make sure you subscribe to my channel so you'll be eligible. Because I do run down, there's a few things that you have to do to be I don't know, enrolled in my giveaway. It's not the word I'm looking for, but whatever it is. If you want to check out my giveaway, it's in the previous video. But, like I said, any comments or questions, leave them below, and I will get back to you. And until then, thanks so much for watching, and thanks so much for all my subscribers. I do appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!